Hey there everyone, Albedo238 here again, and this is going to be a response to darkchiron's videos where he showed off his top 10 games, and he did it on a set of rules, some that was by this other guy, and some that he made for himself. And in this video I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go by those rules as well, but I'm also going to go by 4 other rules, okay? Number 1. I have to have at least beaten the game out. It doesn't matter how, doesn't matter which mode, doesn't matter which settings. I have to have at least beaten the game out, okay? Number 2, I have to have played and owned the game before it became available on any download service. That's if it's an older game. I have to have played and owned it before it became a downloadable game like on Xbox Live, PSN, or Virtual Console. Okay, let's just say that right there. Number 3, this kind of coincides with his with darkchiron's rule of the game cannot be a remake. I will also not allow games that are revamped ports. Basically, they're just ports with extras in them. Such includes like The Legend of Zelda for Game Boy Advance, the Super Mario Advance games, you can see right there. Now, I will not include them. That also includes Skies of Arcadia Legends and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. The game can be a port, but it cannot be. But it has to be the original. It has to be based around it has to be the original version. So, that means no additions, no changes. Has to be the original thing. And number 4, which coincides with my rule number 1, the game must have a definite ending, or at least a credits screen that plays after beating the game out. Okay? So, with that said, let's get down to my DS collection, or listing off my top game and my top DS game. Sorry. Now, I also like darkchiron. I will be trying to avoid any real obvious games, or at least ones that are more obvious than others. Such include Super Mario 64 DS, all 3 Castlevania games for the DS, the Metroidvania games, like he said, Legend of Zelda: The Phantom Hourglass, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart DS, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, which was an okay game for the most part. New Super Mario Brothers, Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, or Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, also an okay game, and Golden Sun Dark Dawn. No, there will not be any of those games. My top DS game, and my pick in the DS bundle, would be Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. This is a really great game. This is probably the best in the Mario and Luigi series in every way. Not only has the time combat system been improved upon and made even better, but the addition of being able to play as Bowser is very cool. I like the rank system. The rank system is very unique. Well, I don't know about unique, but it definitely adds something to the standard level up system. All the special attacks are great. Some of them, especially Bowser's, which make good use of the touch screen for the most part. And every new addition that was added to this game, every new thing that was added to it, superb in every way. It's just probably one of the most perfect DS games ever. But that's just my opinion. Yours may vary. Alright, now we've got my DS games out of the way, let's get to my Game Boy Advance collection. Such games, now, such good titles, or runners-ups include both Fire Emblem games, the original, and Sacred Stones. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, the first game in the Mario & Luigi series, which is good. Probably the second best in my opinion. Let's see, Metroid Fusion, another great Metroid game, but it doesn't quite make the cut. Nor will include. Then there's WarioWare Inc. Micro Games, and yes, it does have a credit scene or an ending. It does have that. And the first Golden Sun, great RPG. My pick for the Game Boy Advance, my top game for the Game Boy Advance is Golden Sun: The Lost Age. You can't see the subtitle, but yeah, Golden Sun: The Lost Age is my top pick for the Game Boy Advance. This game just captivated me in every way. I mean, I thought Fire Emblem was great, and it definitely was with its unique battle system and everything. But Golden Sun just wowed me on all the fields, like with its very unique Dijin system, which is sort of reminiscent of the sphere system. It's sort of similar to the sphere system used in Final Fantasy X, but it's definitely a lot more unique, especially with the Jin. I know I call them Dijin, but they're Jin. The Jin you can use in the game they can be used to summon spirits, or they have their own individual abilities, and just in every way it may seem like a standard RPG, but it's a lot more than that. Only nitpicks I can find with the game is that if multiple characters target the same enemy, but that enemy gets killed by one of them, then the character that was targeting that enemy that got defeated will go into defense mode. But since other RPGs in the past have kind of been guilty of doing that, I won't hold it too much against it. I know some others will. One guy, I know, held that against it very deeply. But I won't be like that. Yeah. Anyway. Well, it won't require you to play. This won't require you to play the first Golden Sun, in order to lock all the extras and stuff. Of course, you can also find passwords on GameFAQs in order to get all the extra things that you need. Have all the Jin that were in the first game come available, and being able to get all the extras in this game. But it's that will definitely enhance your experience. Overall, just a superb RPG in every way. It's really good. Now on to my GameCube collection. And the runners-up for the GameCube collection will be Super Smash Bros. Melee. Great fighting game, but too obvious. Super Mario Sunshine, probably not my favorite Mario game out there, but it's still a good one. Definitely, it's probably more gimmick. Like I said in the video where I showed off my GameCube games, it is the more gimmicky of the Mario games, but it's still good. But again, too obvious. Capcom vs. SNK 2 EO, decent fighting game. Mario Kart Double Dash. Let's see. No, I'll also not include the Metroid Prime games. They are good, but not quite enough to the idea that I have. The game that I plan to pick as the top pick for my GameCube. Wind Waker, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Okay game, not the greatest. Zelda game. It's probably one of my least favorites. Not the absolute least favorite, but it's okay. It's good. Beautiful Joe, great game, very unique, but not quite good enough to make the top pick for the GameCube. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's a good RPG, solid for the most part. And Eternal Darkness. I do like this game. It is great, and I respect darkchiron's opinion for making this his top pick for the GameCube. But I don't quite like it as much as the game I'm about to show for it. And that is, it's a little obvious, I know, but my top pick for the GameCube is Resident Evil 4. This is just a stellar game every way. The way I've played the GameCube remake of the first Resident Evil, which I do own, and I liked it. And even though I'm not a really big Resident Evil aficionado, I'm not an aficionado of the series at all, I do have to agree that the controls are very robotic and stiff, and definitely need to be improved on. And Resident Evil 4 definitely improved upon it, just in so many ways. I don't know how many times I've played this game. I really have no idea at all how many times I played it. But yeah, it's just that good in every way. Eternal Darkness is a kick-ass survival horror game, no doubt about it. But Resident Evil 4 just blows all other, from where I stand, it blows all other survival horror games out of the water. That much I can say. I haven't really gotten into Silent Hill, so I'm not really big into the survival horror series so far, so I can't really say it blows them all out of the water because I haven't played the genre all that much. But from what I can tell, it's definitely it's just an awesome game. I'm probably the best in all of all survival horror games out there. Anyway, I'll probably conclude this video, and I will get to the rest of my games in the next video. See ya.